The Jaguars are the worst team in football. Luckily for their fans, I'm here to save the day, as I have 5 seasons to bring Jacksonville their first ever Super Bowl, or I have to buy a Trevor Lawrence jersey and wear it in my videos for an entire week. I'm a Titans fan, dude, who's stuck in this Will Levis jersey already through the end of the month. Like, I don't want to have to immediately put on a Trevor jersey, dude. So we're gonna pick up in the current day NFL and simulate to the end of this season, and that's where the true rebuilding of this franchise is gonna begin. Now, somehow the team ended up winning 2 more games. Of course, beating my Titans and the Raiders away from home, that really could screw up our draft position. But it didn't matter too much because we still get the 2nd pick in the draft, which I definitely like the fact that this team has a ton of draft picks to use, because a good draft class this offseason would be the foundational piece to build up this squad so we can finally make it to a Super Bowl. Because obviously, as you guys can tell, this team needs a lot of work. But apparently, we did get ourselves some pretty important depth trade increases this offseason, so that's at least a good start. More good news, we didn't have anybody retire on us. I have to admit, the Packers beating the Dolphins was not the Super Bowl. Hopefully this will be us soon. Now, the one main question before we actually get into this offseason is, what the heck do we do with Trevor Lawrence here? Like, do we keep him or do we trade him away and potentially draft a quarterback instead? He just has such a massive contract, dude. Like, once we hit the 2029-2030 seasons, his cap hit is almost $80 million a season. Also, Christian Kirk, dude, like, he's a guy I wouldn't mind going ahead and trading away and picking up another draft pick. Like, he hasn't done too much since his first season in Jacksonville, and he's another guy that only has 1 year left on his contract. And I would love to be able to spend an extra $25 million in free agency. So let's go ahead and advance to next week and see which players we have to re-sign, and then figure out what to do from there. Now, at least it is only 10 players that need to renegotiate their contracts. A couple 5th-year options we need to pick up. Devin Lloyd, we will go ahead and accept that. And same thing here with Trayvon Walker, the former #1 overall draft pick. So most of these guys can just go into free agency, but a few tough decisions we do have to make here. So Brandon Scherf only wants a 1-year deal. Like, I mean, why not? Hopefully he accepts, and he does. Now, Andre Cisco, I mean, he's been a pretty productive safety. Like, he's still kind of young. I mean, I'll give him a little 4-year extension and see if he accepts this, and he does. And last decision to make here, Walker Little, what do we do with you? Like, if anything, like, he's a cheap option off the bench. Like, he'd be good depth. I really don't want him to start for us, although he might have to, depending on what we do in the draft. So let's see if he'll take a little 4-year deal to be a potential backup for us, and he gives us no problems. So the rest of this trash can be banished into free agency, which does leave us with $47 million to spend. And before we do advance into free agency here, I do want to see if there's a few deals we can make. As mentioned, the #1 player I do want to try and trade away is Christian Kirk. That would give us a ton of money to spend. I just don't know where he'd be the perfect fit. And the Las Vegas Raiders do need a wide receiver, and I don't know what we could get. Like, I just want to test it out. I just want to test out the waters, see what they say here, and it's not even close. Let's keep on scheming though, boys. I want to get the best deal in return possible. The Steelers obviously need a receiver. Let's see if we can get their 1st round pick, be late in the 1st round, and it's getting close, dudes. So let's see if we have what it takes to see this deal through. Honestly, dude, I would get rid of all these receivers if I could. Devin Duvernay, you can get out of here. Anybody else of substance that we could get rid of? I mean, I wouldn't mind shipping on Eric Armstead. So can we actually get ourselves an extra 1st round pick? No, we don't, but it's super, super close. I mean, I feel like we should be able to throw in like a 7th round pick, and we should be golden. Not quite. So instead, let's make it like a 2027-6 and see if this is enough. It's not. How about a 2027 5th instead? Like, that's just insane. I have an idea though. What we possibly could do here is swap our 7th round selections. Why do the Steelers have 6 7th round picks? What a bunch of weirdos. Let's see though, is this enough? No. Why are they being so freaking stingy? Just accept the freaking trade. How about we swap our 6th instead? Trade was officially accepted. We acquire an extra 1st round pick. It's about time. Not done yet, boys. I'm still scheming. Part of me also wants to go ahead and get rid of Gabe Davis here and just completely reset at the wide receiver position. I definitely don't want to take a $17 million cap hit from Gabe Davis. So even if I got like an extra 3rd round pick, I feel like that would be worth it. Unfortunately, I'm not really getting many good offers over here. Like, somebody's gonna cave though. Oh my gosh, dude, the Lions are close to giving me a 2nd round pick. Oh Hold on a freaking second. What if I threw in a 5th rounder and it's in the green? I don't know though. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Just kidding. This is without a doubt the best deal possible. I just gotta find a way to make it work. Just the only problem is there's just not a lot of depth in this Jags team to really be trading too much away. Like there's nobody else I think they even want, unless we got rid of Mitch Morse here, who I don't think they'd want anyway. Maybe Chad Muma, who I don't really want. I'm probably gonna replace him this offseason anyway. This would be incredible for an extra 2nd round pick, and it's super close. So we have 2 2026 6 and 2 2026 7. So let's see if this would be enough. Close. What if I threw in both 2027 7ths? And that, my friends, is an extra 2nd round pick in the bag. What do we even have? Like 12 draft picks now? 11 to be exact. Not to mention over $50 million to spend in free agency. And I mean, I know obviously this team has a ton of work to be done, but at the same time, I feel like we can do a ton of damage this offseason. It's a pretty freaking good draft class too, dude. So I'm telling you, man, I feel like next year, if we play our cards right, we can at least be competitive, which would automatically be a massive improvement. So now let's take this bad boy into week 1 of free agency, and I just hope it's a good class. We can spend our money on some players that'll actually start for us. Like, we definitely need to fill this roster. Here we are, dudes. Moment of freaking truth. Give me a good class. We have Nick Chubb we could sign. Honestly, it's kind of stinky to be fair. This really isn't what I wanted, dude. I mean, I know I have like $50 million to spend, but I'm not going to spend it on crap if I don't have to. Like, I'm not just going to waste money. Now, Baron Browning is the first guy that really catches my eye here. 77 rated outside linebacker scheme fit, and we have absolutely no talent at that position. So I'd be willing to give you a nice little 4-year offer, and he's not going to cost me that much money. Oh God, we're fighting with the Bucks and Texans, and this is an absolute must-have here. So you know what? I'll make that a 5-year deal, and I'll bump up the salary just a little bit. And according to the top offers, we're in 2nd place. So what if I went with a very low-risk offer here? And I'll even sweeten it, make it a 6-year contract offer. He loves it, and now it says we're on top. That's a good start, though. That's a good start. And if needs be, we could sign a few veterans on 1-year contracts. Now, what would be funny is the Jags just traded away Cam Robinson in real life to pick up one of those 3rd-round picks, and he's interested in re-signing. So how funny would that be, finessing the team, getting a 3rd-round pick, and just re-signing them immediately? Wouldn't mind a little 2-year contract offer. I mean, he could play left or right tackle for us. I mean, we're his top offer off the get-go. And again, I wouldn't mind signing one of these veteran offensive tackles to a little 1-year contract. So like David Bakhtiari, you could serve a job for me next year at least. Unfortunately, the Rams have us beat. Let's give that 1-year offer to Garrett Bowles instead. Like, I don't want to overpay if I don't have to. And thankfully, we're beating out whatever crappy offer the Bears gave them. Now, something else we need badly is defensive tackle talent. They just cost so much money. So like, maybe I sign a half-decent one and then I draft 1 or 2. Unfortunately, all of them, aside from this Bobby Brown guy, is like in their late 20s, early 30s. So I'd rather get a guy in his mid-20s who can still progress if possible. And thankfully, we're beating out the Bengals' crappy offer too. Now, we have absolutely got to add at cornerback. Now, the only problem is there's just no talent here. Like, cornerback is our worst position on the entire team. Now that I say that, wide receiver is actually the worst position on our entire team. This is kind of tough, dude. Do I go wide receiver? Like, do I sign Elijah Moore to a little 2-year deal? Maybe he can reach his potential. Let's give him 3 years and see what he can do here, which we're tied with the Bucks right now. Let me also see if I can afford an offer to Isaiah Rodgers, and we can barely. Let me make that offer, and we're tied with 2 other teams. So we've officially put 6 offers out there into the universe, and honestly, the only one that I really want badly is Baron Browning here. And like, why are we now below the Bucks and Texans? Oh well, with that said, time to go ahead and send these offers into the universe, and hopefully we can get at least 5 of these guys. Well, 5 of them have accepted or declined our offer. Isaiah Rodgers is the only one still considering it, which apparently the Chargers are going to get him. Let's see though, we got Garrett Bowles, Cam Robinson, Baron Browning, and Bobby Brown. So we did get my big target here, and apparently we have our 2 new starting offensive tackles at least for next season. So that means we missed out on Elijah Moore. Ooh, so do we go and just give like D-Hop a 1-year deal? We're not going to be able to afford it, unfortunately. Let me actually withdraw this Isaiah Rodgers offer. Now can we afford D-Hop on a 1-year deal? Barely, just freaking barely. Let me submit this through. Yeah, dude, we're not going to be out the Lions. So what the frick do I do here, man? Like, do I throw McCole Hardman a bone? I'll give him just a little 1-year deal, which we have his top offer. We've absolutely got to sign at least 1 cornerback, and I guess at this point, do we just give Mike Hilton a deal? Or maybe Brady, Mike Jackson, which one? We'll go Hilton. Just another 1-year contract. We're tied with the Panthers. Let's submit it through. And of course, it went to Carolina. And of course, the Raiders had to overtake our offer for McCole Hardman. Like, why? I guys go with Juju instead? Screw it, dude. In 2025, the Jags are going to be offering Juju Smith, which were his literal only offer. We still got to find a cornerback to sign. Xavier Howard, if I have to, I guess. Can you guys please accept so we can move on to the draft? Like, what's up with these teams passing me up on my offers at the last second? Like, what's going on, Chargers? Hey, at least we did get Juju. And if anything, at least we have some chemistry. Honestly, dude, I guess we're just screwed at cornerback. I might have to draft like 2, 3, maybe 6. Not a horrific start, though. When it comes to the draft, dude, on defense, we definitely need to address this secondary. Like I said, we need like 1, maybe 2 cornerbacks, possibly some better safeties. And another thing on defense we need is defensive tackle badly. And on offense, we could use some offensive linemen. And again, probably 1, maybe 2 wide receivers. And I think at this point, dude, we're just going to stick it out, keep Trevor Lawrence, hopefully turn him into what he was supposed to be. I mean, he's flashed his potential, and I think we all can agree he can be better. And with that, fellas, I believe it is NFL draft time. So I'm curious, who does the mock draft have us going? Well, it has us going Travis Hunter, and I, honest to God, wouldn't really hate that. I mean, we need quarterback pretty badly, and there's only so many good receivers in this draft. So who goes number 1 here to the Cleveland Browns? That is going to be, oh my gosh, I just got to ask a shocker. Oh no, do we have ourselves a glitch draft class? It was Michael Williams, but it didn't look like him. So it's our pick now, and I was like considering trading it away if we had ourselves like a really good offer here. I mean, we're getting offered like 3 first-round draft picks from some of these teams, dude, but like I don't want to trade down, I don't think. Unless it was just like a few spots, but nobody's giving me a good enough offer. Like, this offer is crazy. 3 firsts, 2 seconds, and a third, but I just don't think I can do it. So this might be crazy in your opinion, but I'm gonna go ahead and make the pick. I am gonna go with cornerback, and it's either Will Johnson or Travis Hunter, and I know Will Johnson says he's a scheme fit, but dude, I don't care. Travis Hunter is going to be the selection. Had a pretty good combine, has really good ratings. I mean, it's Travis freaking Hunter, dude. Like, you can't go wrong. Is he glitched? Is he glitched? Is he glitched? He's glitched. Gosh dang it. All that matters, though, is Travis Hunter was the number 1 ranked player in the entire draft class. We will gladly take it. I just have to say, though, there's just a really strange difference in between these faces. I'm just curious who goes here in the next few picks. I think I got it spoiled. Panthers went Will Johnson. And also, out of pure curiosity, who do my Titans go with here? They went wide receiver. I just want to see who the first quarterback is off the board here. Then I'll go ahead and simulate to my next pick at the end of the first round. There it is, Shedeur Sanders for the Giants. Now let's go ahead and simulate to our pick and see who's available here at the end of the first round. Interesting enough here, Ashton Genty's still available, but I'm not going to take a running back, just not doing it. So first thing I want to look at is wide receiver. And Isaiah Bond's probably the best available. Amika Buka's still there. Unfortunately, the offensive linemen available probably aren't going to be too good at this point. I mean, I kind of want to go safety here, get Malachi Moore, or I could get Malachi Starks, who is a round 1 talent from Georgia. We do need strong safety pretty bad. I just hope one of those receivers fall to me. Like, strong safety is a pretty big need for us. I think I'm going to go ahead, pull the trigger here. Malachi Starks, don't be a stinky pick. Hey, 19th best player picked at 28. Like, you can't be too mad at that. Also comes in with hidden development, which is massive. Now, please tell me Isaiah Bond is still available at our pick here in the second round. If so, that is 100% going to be the selection here. There he is, Isaiah Bond. I'm not even going to look any longer. Literally the fastest player the entire freaking draft, although he's not the strongest. I mean, he's got some stinky stats, dude, but it's Isaiah Bond. He's got to be good. Speaking to existence. Ooh, 45th player drafted at 34. He does have 98 speed with hidden development, though. We can work with that. But don't forget, we still have a second round pickup coming here. Though a lot of players I want probably going to go off the board. I mean, there's still some decent talent out there. Ooh, Harold Fannon's still there. And I know I don't need a tight end like we have Evan Ingram, but this guy is so good. He's the fastest tight end. He's one of the best in general. A awareness, very good receiving tight end. And like Evan Ingram's going to get worse and worse every season. And maybe we can just go ahead and trade away Evan Ingram. Get something else good in return. Let me not jump the gun just yet. Let me see what some of my options are out here. We do badly need D tackle, but this isn't a good D tackle draft class, unfortunately. Yeah, dude, a lot of the players I was targeting is already freaking gone. Still some decent safeties. Like, I might look at getting Rod Moore if he's still there next round, but I think I am just going to go best player available in my opinion. Harold Fannin Jr., an absolute beast. Like, he's almost leading college football in receiving yards this season as a freaking tight end. And he comes in as a 33rd ranked player, and we get him at 59. This right here, dude, is a massive pick. So let's see if who I wanted at safety still there here in the 3rd round. Yep, Rod Moore's still there, although I wanted to check wide receiver again, because I definitely wanted to double up there. Now, Kyron Lacey could be a good pick. Torrey Horton, another guy I actually really like out of Colorado State. Another receiver I really like is Ricky White out of UNLV, who we probably could wait a few rounds on. I just don't know how good he's going to be in this game. Those are really the only other receivers I'm interested in, but I think it's more important we go safety this pick. So Rod Moore, our potential long-term free safety. Like, I hope he's not an absolute dud. He's one of the fastest safeties, at least. So let's do it, dude. Don't be a stinker, please, Rod. Don't be a stinker. 48th ranked player at 66 again. It's not too shabby. He only comes in with normal development, though, which is quite the stinker. And we have 14 picks until our selection, and let's see if the receiver I want's still there. Torrey Horton's still there. Now, the question is, do I wait on Ricky White and maybe get him in the 4th round and, like, go somewhere else here? Because Ricky White, I feel like he's going to be good, although he isn't a scheme fit, and Torrey Horton is. Guys, this is a tough one, dudes. Also need defensive tackle pretty badly, too, but we really do need to double up on receiver. Screw it, dude. I'm going wide receiver. Torrey Horton, I looked at every single position. Oh, his catching traffic is so bad. Oh, God. Do I abort mission? He's not the fastest either. Torrey, please. Don't be a stinker. Don't be a stinker. Don't be a stinker. Don't be a stinker. Well, I have to say, you can't get more on the money than that. And he does have hidden development, which is, again, a massive, massive, massive dog. Now we have to wait until the 4th round to pick again. Oh, and I saw so many players that I want to go off the board. That sucks. At least we do have 2 more picks here in the first half of this 4th round. Like, keep in mind, guys, this draft is so important. Like, this is going to set the foundation for this team's future. Oh, the offensive guard I was looking at got drafted. That sucks. That sucks. Now, I also have to say, we have this middle linebacker, Jason Henderson, who's like one of the all-time tackle leaders in college football history. We have him scouted 100%, and he's a 2nd to 3rd round talent. Now, middle linebacker isn't something that we necessarily need, but if this guy's a 2nd to 3rd round talent, like, why do I not go ahead and take him? Like, he's one of the strongest linebackers. He's one of the most athletic. Really, really good stats, too, dude. Don't know how he's made it this far, but I'm going to go ahead and take him. Again, just going best player available, and he is the 53rd ranked player, and we get him at pick number 98. So, again, a massive dub, especially if he has hidden development. So, I think this was a great pick, dude. Hopefully, some of my targets are still available here at this pick. Oh, no, Jack Nelson. I wanted him. Now, I know we've already taken 2 receivers at this point, but I have to say, if like in the 5th or 6th round, Ricky White is still there, I wouldn't mind taking a 3rd receiver. Because, again, you guys know how bad our wide receiver depth is, and as bad as I need a defensive tackle, dude, all of the tackles suck. Like, there's just nobody good left. They all have Fs. They're just not good. So I'm not just gonna waste picks in positions I need if I know the players aren't good. Now, we also need cornerback pretty bad. I just don't know if these guys are any good. Like, if Kobe Bryant was a good talent, he would already got taken, being projected in the 2nd to 3rd round. So that makes me think these guys suck kind of bad. Jason Marshall, he's half decent out of Florida. I just, again, don't know how good he is in game. He has good block shedding, good tackle. Is it worth it just to take a shot on him here? I mean, I guess why not? He is stinky. Oh, no, dude. Absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. That's an L. Let's hopefully make up for that with our 5th round pickup coming here. Unfortunately, we do only have 1 5th round pick. Yeah, the freaking offensive guard I was looking at's gone too. That's an L. That's an L. Yeah, like, I really think everybody at this point kind of sucks. So, is this where I just go back and actually take... Oh, no. Oh, he's there. He's there. He's there. That scared me for a second. Ricky White. Like, I probably could wait a little bit longer. But at the same time, if he's good, he's going to get drafted. So, I might as well take him. He's one of the fastest wide receivers at the combine. Outside of that, didn't do too much that was that impressive. He's got some really good route running skills. I'll go ahead, take Ricky White, and Roger, tell me some good news. Ricky comes in as the 76th ranked player, and if he has hidden development, which he does, this again was a massive pick. I told you guys I had a feeling. Now, I highly doubt there's going to be anybody of any bit of quality available in the 6th round here, but I'll look far and wide. I was thinking about taking a backup quarterback, but literally all of these guys suck so bad. Do I take a kicker? Like, is that where we're at? Andres Borregales out of Miami. Probably butchered that name. I know we have Graham Nicholson out of Alabama here, but the more I look, it looks like Andres is going to be the higher overall. Am I actually taking a kicker? Like, I mean, why not? Trying to build the foundation of this team, dude. We're going to take him. Dude, I love it. 21st ranked player in the class does have hidden development. I mean, kickers always fall in the draft, even if like a 99 rated, so I'm not surprised he's one of the high-rated picks, but I mean, I'll take it. Made 91.3% of his kicks in college. That is oddly specific. But now time for our 7th round selection. Let's hopefully end things off with a bang. Now, that Alabama punter is available too. His last name is Burnip. I don't know why it's a bunch of hashtags, but I mean, why not? Get our kicker and punter. I mean, he's probably a pretty high rating. He's the best punter in the draft, obviously. Hopefully he's not too bad. Roger, give me good news. I don't know why Roger's still here announcing picks in the 7th round. It's kind of wild. 57th ranked player in the draft. So, I mean, at least we kind of filled out our special teams with our last 2 selections, although he does only have normal. Gotta fix that last name though. So let's go check out all those rookies overalls and see if we truly did draft an absolute banger of a class. And here we freaking go, brother. Moment of truth. Oh my gosh, dude. What an absolute monster class. I mean, I got really excited when I saw 76 and 73 in the 6th and 7th round, but that's a kicker and punter, so like that's just not that big of a deal. But I mean, Travis Hunter comes in at an 80. Malachi Starks a 76. Isaiah Bond a 74. Harold Fain in a 75, which is huge. Rob Moore's decent at a 73. Torrey Horton's a 71. That middle linebacker was a 73. Even Ricky White ended up being higher rated than Torrey Horton at a 72. So again, dude, this is a great foundational class. So made it to our first real season, and I have to say, dude, this offense has some promise. And I might actually make a few moves to make sure our rookie receivers get some playing time. I mean, I know I just signed Juju, and I know Parker Washington's young, but at the same time, I want all these rookies to play. And defensively, kind of the same thing at strong safety. I might go ahead and get rid of Darnell Savage so Starks can start for us. And I might try and trade all those pieces to improve at defensive tackle. Unfortunately, I don't think Moore's really going to do much for us. He'll be a backup until Cisco leaves. And the only other thing we're really lacking is a solid cornerback number 3. So if we can somehow pick that up here at the start of this season, I'm telling you, dude, this team is set and ready. Although long-term, the old offensive line is going to need some help. And I'm also wondering, now that we're here, like I'm noticing Evan Ingram went down quite a bit in overall. Do I trade him away to try and get a good defensive tackle? Because like I said, dude, I feel like Harold Fannin should be able to shine in his place. Hey, we no longer have a hashtag at punter. So a lot of moves to make here before our first real season, but you best believe I'm going to put this team in their best position to win moving forward. Even if that does mean trading away our 2nd highest rated player on the entire team. Now, the only real fit I can find at D tackle would be Aleem McNeil from the Detroit Lions. And I just don't know how this deal would work out. I don't even know if they want Evan Ingram. But just in case, let's see if we can also get something else in the deal. Like Terrion Arnold would be nice. I just want to see, dude, let's submit this out there into the universe, and it's about halfway to being accepted. So what if I threw in Juju here? You want him? Not really. What if we threw in Hamilton? Still barely over halfway. Now, what if we did trade away our 2nd round pick from this year? And it's in the green now, so maybe, just maybe, we can make a big move here. Not gonna lie, I didn't really expect that, but we're here for it now. I'm at the point, dude, where I'm all in. Let's go with the 2028 3rd round selection, and it's getting closer. I might, unfortunately, though, have to make that a 2028 2nd, but again, dude, I feel like this would be worth it, and the trade is officially accepted. I know this seems like a ton to trade away, but at the same time, dude, I feel like this deal is gonna be so important moving forward, because now we have a brand new defensive tackle number 1. And at the same time, we now have 3 extremely quality cornerbacks. Oh, I forgot I also did want to go ahead and get rid of Darnell Savage. Now, what in the world could we actually get for him? There is a team that was interested in him, the Dolphins. What could we possibly steal from you? Would you give me Tyler Booker? That would be incredible. About halfway. I just don't know if it's going to be worth it. Don't need to get rid of Parker Washington too, and it makes them go over the cap. Unfortunately, that's the only real player that I feel like makes any bit of difference for us. The Raiders also want him. Didn't know that. Well, I wouldn't really mind Jackson Powers Johnson as a long-term option at offensive guard. I just don't know if they want him though. About halfway to being accepted. We can make this work somehow. Also, as mentioned, trying to get rid of Parker Washington. That did send this deal into the orange. Now, maybe actually I can get rid of Mitch Morse here, and we could turn Jackson Powers Johnson into our long-term starting center. Just in case this is too much, though, let's see if we can get a draft pick out of this deal. Submit this bad boy through, and it's in the red. We have to get rid of the draft picks. I don't even know if this is going to be enough on its own, and it's not. Oh, we got to abort mission again, boys. Abort mission again. Hey, so we just made a sweet little deal with the Dallas Cowboys, bringing in Cooper Beebe, who could be our long-term starter at center, which after making him the starter means we could go ahead and ship on Mitchell Morse. I mean, I'd take anything, honestly. The Cowboys gave me a third-round pick, dude. I'll take it. So for me, personally, dude, it's been an hour and 20 minutes in the making, but I think this team is finally ready. This season's all just going to depend on whether or not these young rookies step up and produce for us. Same thing on the defensive side of the ball. Oh, wait, dude, I totally forgot. We need a backup quarterback. Screw it, dude. Andy Dalton will do. Wait a minute. I completely forgot. We also got to get rid of our old kicker and our old punter. We got a freaking 6th-round pick for them. We also need a little bit more depth because we're down to 52 players now. We need a 3rd-string tight end here, and Zach Ertz should do, especially if he has the mentor tag. Also, David Andrews here as a backup center, who he also has a mentor tag, which would be huge for Cooper Beebe. So now, my friends, it is officially time to simulate this bad boy to the end of the season. And honestly, if we won like 7-8 games, dude, I would 100% consider this a successful season, especially in comparison to last year. Moment of truth, we went 9-8, dude, which is again successful, but we just missed out on the playoffs by a freaking tiebreaker. We started off the season terrible, dude. 1-4, hit a little winning streak, hit a little losing streak, and ended off the season pretty well with what, 5 wins in our last 7 games. Very, very close loss to the Chiefs, Chargers, 2-point loss to the Raiders, dude. So we were literally like a field goal or 2 away from making the playoffs this year. Another 1-point loss to the Texans. Gosh dang it. Give me one more offseason to cook though, dudes, and we'll be in the playoffs. First, got to see how the team did though. We came in with a top 10 offense off the get-go. Defensively, like, why is it invisible sometimes? Like, this game doesn't make any freaking sense. Look at that, dude. Came in with the 7th best defense too, so we had 2 top 10 units, but somehow missed the playoffs. Like, if Trevor Lawrence, dude, didn't throw so many interceptions, man, like, maybe we should have drafted a quarterback. I mean, he is up to an 83 overall, but like, Trevor, we've got to be better. On the ground, God, Travis Etienne was not good. Couldn't even average 4 yards a freaking care. And we got to keep that into account, dude, because he no longer is under contract after this year. It's like, I don't even know if it's worth re-signing him, especially when we have old Tank Bigsby just sitting here waiting in the wings. Now, through the air, look at that, dude. Isaiah Bond, team's leading receiver, almost 100 catches, 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns. Brian Thomas also had 1,000 yards. Ricky White had 802 touchdowns. Our rookie tight end, Harold Fannin Jr., 700 yards, 3 touchdowns. Oh, and unfortunately, dude, Torrey Horton didn't get any playing time at all. That's the weird thing about this game. Like, if you're a receiver and you're not like one of the top 3, like, you just don't get a single catch, which is obviously not realistic. Dumb game. Isaiah Bond comes in at an 81 overall already, and you're just gonna have to disregard the Darrells. Brian Thomas, he is up to an 83, so at least we have a good young wide receiver core to look forward to. What about Ricky White? He is up to only a 74. What about old Harold, though? He's up to an 80. Now, what about defensively? Oh, my gosh. Josh Hines Allen with 22.5 sacks. Not to mention Trayvon Walker with his 10.5. Lee McNeil, pretty solid production from the D-tackle position with 6 sacks. I got to see, though. Trayvon Walker, he's up to an 85. And Josh Allen, he is up to a 94. Hey, at least our rookie kicker was good. What's his overall up to? He's up to an 81. Dude, he's a superstar. Let's go, Andres. Now let's see. Patrick Mahomes, of course, wins NFL MVP. Wow, dude. Freaking Carson Beck of my Titans came in top 10. That's collusion. Now I'm interested in Rookie of the Year here. AFC goes to Isaiah Bond. Of course it does. How did Carson Beck get MVP votes but not beat out Isaiah Bond for the Rookie of the Year vote? Nice to see both Harold Fannin and Ricky White also in the top 10. Defense, though, we had Travis Hunter come in second, which I didn't even see how he did this year. He ended up with a single interception, but 99 tackles and 2 sacks, which he is up to an 85, which is massive, especially considering he's already a superstar. Again, dudes, I've got to consider this a super good foundational season. Like I said, just give me one more offseason and I'm telling you, we're going to be right up there with the Super Bowl contenders. The only thing I'm worried about is this offensive line, because a lot of these guys are just getting older. They're on 1-year contracts. So we're going to have to figure out a long-term solution here, hopefully through free agent. Now, on defense, dude, I'm really not worried about any position whatsoever. Like, most of these guys are still young and they're going to continue to progress throughout the season. So really, dude, for the long term, it's just the offensive line that I'm worried about, which we're already up to an 85 overall with an 84 offense and 88 defense. I gotta tell you, dude, I'm freaking excited about this team's future. We just have to figure out what we're gonna do with Travis Etienne, though. Like, is he worth re-signing? So let's see who wins the Super Bowl, and then after that, see if we have any dev trade increases or decreases here at the start of the offseason. I have to say, dude, Chiefs-Giants Super Bowl is just really not what I expected, and it looks like, dude, we're gonna have about $85 million to spend this offseason. I'm assuming that shot up because we lost some players to retirement, which we did. Garrett Bowles being the main one, which again means we are gonna have to figure out what to do with offensive line. It's exactly why I re-signed Walker, though, as an emergency option, but most importantly, what happened with some of these dev traits? It looks like pretty much everybody stayed the same. I was kind of hoping that Isaiah Bond was going to bump up his superstar, but apparently we're not that lucky. I was kind of scared Trevor Lawrence was going to lose his superstar, you know, after throwing 20+ interceptions, but at least he got lucky. Outside of that, though, I don't think anything really changed. This defense is just so good, dude. Everybody's contracted for a while, so we shouldn't really have to worry. Actually, I lied. I think we do have to worry about losing Devin Lloyd and Trayvon Walker, which Trayvon Walker, especially being a superstar and his overall getting up there, he's going to command so much money. I have to say, though, dude, I think we're in a really, really good spot right now, especially if you give me one more offseason. Now, this time around, we have only 6 players ready to negotiate their contracts, which most of these guys I really don't care about, but who I do care about is Travis Etienne. Like, what do I do? Like, the good thing is he's not really commanding much money. Like, he's not even gonna have a $10 million cap hit. So I think I'm just gonna give him exactly what he's asking for, and it's enough for him to re-sign. Now, 100% not going to be accepting Anton Harrison's 5th-year option. He's done absolutely nothing to deserve it. Now, Brandon here, he's still an 80 overall, so he definitely start for us, so I think I will give him another little 1-year deal. And Brandon continues to give us no issues. Outside of that, dude, I think we're golden, which leaves us almost 70 mil to spend. Now, hopefully this time around, this free agent class will at least be better than last year's. Here we go, dudes. Moment of freaking truth. Okay, this is interesting. Like, Joe Thuney, he's 100% gonna be a target of mine. Evan Ingram, how funny would it be if I just went and re-signed him? He's interested, but that would be mean to Harold. I mean, Mark Andrews is another one that would be great, but I'm just not gonna do it. I do want Joe badly, though. I'll give you a little 2-year offer, give you exactly what you're asking for. Oh, we gotta beat out the freaking stupid Bears, man. So you know what? I will up the money just a little bit. I mean, we do have the cash to spare. He's loving that offer. And I just wish there was a way to know if we gave him a better offer than the Bears. I mean, I hope we get him, but there's just no way to know. You know what? I'm gonna get a little bit more money. A little bit more money. If anything, dude, we can cut him after this year or trade him, get something decent in return. I mean, I know it's a lot of money, but it's a freaking 90 rated offensive lineman. You know, like, you don't get many chances to sign a guy this good. And outside of that, Taylor here, like, he could play tackle for us. I mean, again, I hate it. He's not really a long-term option or anything, but he's really our best bet as of right now. I have to beat out the Broncos for him. Let me see if I can up the money here until we get to a 4-star offer. Wait, we're already both 4-star offers. What am I talking about? Oh, it sucks, dude, because, like, we're tied with these 2 teams, and I really need these guys, but, like, I'm just not going to give them more money than what I already offered them. And outside of that, there's really not that much more I'm interested in. Oh, maybe Akeem Ekwonu as a long-term tackle option. Maybe that's the move instead of offering Taylor here. Let's withdraw that offer and actually try to get a long-term option. I feel like that's 100% gonna be the move, especially considering he wants to be here. But instead of a 2-year deal, let's lock you down long-term to a 5-year deal. See, at least that's stress-free. Now, outside of that, I really don't know if there's anybody that I want. I'm really glad that we did re-sign Travis, because there's just really, outside of Derrick Henry, nobody else I'd even be interested in. And while we're here, I could go ahead and sign Daniel as a long-term option at right guard, because Brandon's probably going to retire after the next season. So, I mean, this isn't a horrible offer for a solid 78 rated, kind of young right guard. And outside of that, dude, I really don't think there's anybody I'm interested in. I mean, I wouldn't mind signing Ivan Pace, but we just really don't have a need for middle linebacker. I'm not going to lie, I think that's going to be the only 3 players we target. So I'm pretty confident in getting these 2 guys. I just really hope we can land Joseph. Here we go. I'm going to submit the offers through. Contracts reviewed. Who accepted? All 3 of them. Let's freaking go. Talk about improving that offensive line. I mean, especially considering we have $25 million left over, I think that was an absolute banger free agency period. Now time for the draft. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know where we pick. We have selection number 16. So hopefully you have an opportunity to get somebody half decent here. Now let's see what the move's gonna be here. Now I know we really don't need free safety, but I'm kind of going best player available. And out of everybody left, this Storm Donaldson guy looks like an absolute monster. Like he's has 4.39 40-yard dash. He's one of the best at free safety at every single combine drill. I mean, he has A awareness, B man, and A zone coverage with B hit power. This honestly could be one of those absolute monster draft picks where he could be one of the top players in the entire draft, me getting him here at pick 16. Oh, I'm actually so confident in this. I'm so confident. Storm Donaldson comes in as the number 2 ranked player in the entire freaking draft. We hit on an absolute monster once again, dude. Obviously, hidden development. I'm thinking that possibly could be superstar, maybe even X Factor. Now, maybe we can actually target. Oh, I don't have a second round pick. Oh, no. Oh, no. We don't get to pick into the 3rd round. Hopefully, there's somebody half decent here in the 3rd round. So, the only offensive lineman that looks like he's worth taking is this Ty Melvin guy. Even though it says he's a day 3 prospect, as you see, he has a ton of A ratings here. Not to mention he was a scheme fit for me. I mean, had one of the best combines. He's not the strongest, though, but he has A awareness. He has A pass block power, B pass block. I think this guy could be a stud. He's the only guy I really see worth taking on the offensive line, and that's what we need badly. Don't be a stinker. Don't be a stinker. He's not a stinker. He's the 35th ranked player in the freaking draft, coming in with hidden development, baby. My GOAT. Oh, I totally forgot we have 2 third-round picks, so maybe we can go back-to-back, get another banger here. I think this is one of those spots where I just take cornerback, because again, I think this is like a really bad draft class. Now, I'm assuming one of these guys available are probably pretty good. I just gotta find out which one. I mean, the only guy that has multiple A ratings is this Greg Hobbs guy. I don't know if he's worth the pick though, because he actually had really good combine. He's the strongest. He's one of the fastest, which is normally a pretty good combination, but he has D-zone coverage, which is not good. He could have decent man, but don't have it scouted all the way. His press sucks too. I mean, he's the only player left that has 3 A's, and he had a really good combine. I'm gonna do it. Greg Hobbs is gonna be the selection, and he comes in. Roger, good news, good news, good news. He comes. There's just no way we did it again. I'm telling you, out of all the Maddens I've ever played against hidden development 2, out of all the Maddens we've played and we've done drafts on, this is probably the easiest Madden to hit on your picks. If I can hit on another hidden development player here in the 4th round, just call me the draft god. I'm literally just going to go best player available, try to find the prospect with the most A ratings. I'm looking at this center, Antonio Burton, who is a scheme fit for me. He's one of the few players left in the entire draft that actually has an A rating that actually means something for that position. He had a pretty good combine, was one of the strongest, which obviously we've seen before means the most in terms of ratings for offensive linemen and defensive linemen. He actually has 2 A ratings. I didn't know that. Oh my gosh, dude, this could be one of those sleepers. Actually, Antonio Burton, please make me happy here. He comes in, okay, 85th ranked player, drafted at 112. Not the greatest, but not too shabby whatsoever. And he also comes in with hidden development again, boys. Now the question is, can I do it once again here in the 5th round? Oh my god, dude, no. Absolutely freaking not. Oh god, this is garbage. Get me out of here. Oh no, I clicked end the draft. Oh, dude, I'm having a stinker. Alright, boys, what was the freaking damage? So the first pick was an absolute freaking banger. I told you guys Storm Donaldson was gonna be a beast. 82 rated. I'm interested to see if he's an X Factor off the get-go, but I have to say, like, I know these were 3rd round picks, but I honestly thought they were gonna be higher rated. Still though, this was a pretty incredible freaking class, aside from the fact that I accidentally simmed the last 3 picks. I think the move though, boys, is to try and trade Andre Cisco for something half decent. Maybe actually package him, Brandon Scherf, and Cam Robinson in a deal to improve at right tackle. Doing whatever it takes, because 2026 is gonna be our year. So again, gonna try and package Brandon Scherf, Cam Robinson, and Andre Cisco in the deal to get ourselves hopefully a good right tackle. Submitting that out into the universe. I mean, we get Trent Brown as an offer, but he's really not the long-term solution I'm looking for. Really, these deals are kind of garbage. Like, do the Saints really think I'm gonna accept this? Unfortunately, there's not many teams out there that can take on this cap hit right now. Gotta find somebody that fits long-term, though. What about Zach Tom here from the Green Bay Packers? I mean, he is a scheme fit, and 86 rated is incredible. They can afford it, barely, just barely. Let's try it, dude. Please accept, and it's about halfway. Gosh dang it. I really didn't want to have to trade away any draft draft picks, but if I had to trade away another second round pick, I mean, I probably would. I mean, I would rather go with the 2029 second, future second, instead just kick the can down the line, and the deal is not accepted. Let's keep looking though, although Zach Thompson is easily the best option I've seen yet. How about any left tackles we can convert over to the right side? Nah, dude, I've literally looked everywhere. We are 100% gonna do everything that it takes to bring in Zachary. It's gonna take a lot more than what I wanted it to though. Like, do I say screw it and just go ahead and get rid of our 2028 third? Would this be worth it for a Super Bowl? I mean, still not even accepted. How about a fourth from this year? It still isn't. All right, I think I know what it takes, dude. Take away the future third. I think we're gonna have to go with this year's third, but I think this should be enough to be accepted, and it's just declined again. Gosh dang it, dude. All right, man, fourth rounder from this year. Come on, please accept. Like, come the frick on. What if we flipped everything around and just went ahead and went with our second round pick from this year? I didn't want to do it for the second consecutive season, but if we had to, it still declined. All right, third rounder from 2029. Please accept, please accept. This is stupid. I'm gonna have to throw in a future fourth as well, and it's finally accepted. I think it was worth it though. I mean, this offensive line looks incredible now. And the scary thing is, dude, even though this offense is already up to an 87 with how young it is, it's just gonna continue to get better and freaking better. Same thing with this defense too. All right, let's do it, dude. Let's go ahead and simulate to the end of the 2026 season. And I'm telling you guys, I am 100% positive. I'm gonna speak it into existence. We're gonna manifest it. This team is gonna make the playoffs and potentially even earn a first round bye. I'm speaking it. First round bye, first round bye, first round bye. Hold on a second. I told you guys, I'm the freaking Madden scientist for a reason. Thank God the old AFC had a down year across the board. Always nice to start off the season 6-1. Then we lost to the Broncos, beat the Titans, lost to the Browns, and then finished off the season pretty strong, aside from, losing 2 out of our last 3 games. But pretty much every single game we lost, aside from the Browns game, was by single possession. So, you can't be mad at this at all. This time around, had the second best offense in the entire league, and defensively, we actually kind of went backwards somehow. I mean, Trevor's throwing for 4,600 yards, which is solid, but still throwing for too many interceptions, although at the same time, that nice completion percentage cancels it out. Now, did we improve running the football? Not really. At least he did average over 4 yards per carry. Now, through the air, Brian Thomas this time around led us with 1,200 yards, but this time, Ricky White led us with 15 touchdowns. Where'd that come from? Harold Fannin led us with receptions and about put up 1,000 yards. Isaiah Bond, definitely not as good production as he had last year, but still real respectable numbers. Now, who did the good things defensively? Trayvon Walker actually led us in sacks this time around. Josh Allen, definitely not as many sacks as a year ago. Now, Travis Hunter and Tyson Campbell both came up with 3 interceptions. I'm interested though, Travis's overall is up to an 89, so getting really close to a 90. Dude, our kicker sucked. He even missed 2 extra points. Literally every single one of those field goals he missed was past 50 yards. I guess the scouting report never lies. Hey, somehow Trevor Lawrence, even with the 17 interceptions, got some MVP votes, so I know that made him happy. I earned a first round bye with the freaking Jags, dude, and I still can't win Coach of the Year. Look at Ricky White, dude, coming in 5th place in Offensive Player of the Year voting. That is awesome. And both our edge rushers came in with top 10 Defensive Player of the Year votes. Unfortunately, our rookie free safety didn't even get top 10 Defensive Rookie of the Year votes. I completely missed too to even put up numbers. I mean, he had 73 tackles, but didn't even put up a single interception. Now, the question is, did he come in as an X factor? And no, he didn't a superstar, which we'll still take. He's only up to an 85 though, which is rather disappointing. Which, I mean, I guess as a rookie, he's still considered a top 10 free safety. But at the end of the day, dude, this squad is up to an 88 overall with an 88 offense and 89 defense. That is 100% true Super Bowl contender numbers. Now, the massive question, does this team have what it takes to actually run the table here? First bit of business, find out who we have to take on in the divisional. In all my videos I do, it seems like the first round bye means so much. We have to take on the Texans. The Texans. Can we once again, dude, get a first round bye and make it all the way to the Super Bowl? If we win this, it's either the Bills or Broncos we have to take down, which I wanted to check. We had to play the Texans twice this season. We beat them at home by 7, and then we did lose to them away from home by 6. But since we beat them at home in the regular season and we get them at home here in the playoffs, we have a week's worth of rest. Hopefully we can come in with the dub and advance into the conference championship game. Come on now, don't let us down. We get the dub. Let's go. What was the score? What was the score? Please tell me it was a blowout. Oh, God, we won by 3 points. We advanced by the skin of our freaking shaft, even though we were outgained by about 100 yards. Yes, that CJ Stroud interception ended up being vital. And as much crap as I've been talking about Etienne, dude, he comes up with one of the biggest games of his life. 119 yards, 2 touchdowns on 7.4 yards per carry. That's what I'm talking about. You earned your money. Oh, even Tanks Bixby got 14 carries. Like, why didn't we give them all to Travis? We couldn't really stop Stephon Diggs, but Harold Fannin coming up massive. Had more yards than like the rest of the team combined. But how did the freaking Broncos, dude, beat the Bills by almost 20 points? Bo Nix with an absolute masterclass, dude. Like, is it going to be hard to take down the Broncos? I mean, they got a receiving core of Grandpa Courtland Sutton at this point and Darius Slayton. Like, we should be winning this game. Which, crazy enough, if we do win in the Super Bowl, we have to take on either the Giants or the Vikings. We have a 5 overall advantage in this game, dude. Like, I feel like we should be winning this, especially at home, but this is one of those games I just have like a sneaky suspicion the Broncos are going to knock us out. Like, how'd they even get here in the first place? Like, they just beat the Bills by 20 and scratch that. Oh, we won and have to take on the Minnesota freaking Vikings. We ended up only winning by 4 points, dude. So a 3-point victory in the divisional, a 4-point victory in the conference championship. Like, dude, by the skin of our freaking shaft, man. Again, somehow we win a game where we get outgained. Trevor Lawrence coming up huge, but like Bo Nix, we couldn't stop him. In this game, see, we couldn't run the ball whatsoever. Yep, maybe I shouldn't have talked crap about Courtland Sutton and Darius Slayton, but thankfully for us, we had Ricky White and Harold Fannin on our side, also coming up with 2 touchdown catches each. Like, seriously though, dude, like, how have we freaking got here? And it's crazy. We have to take on the 7 seed Vikings. Is this actually the Jacksonville Jaguars squad that's going to break the curse, complete today's challenge, and bring the first ever Super Bowl to Jacksonville? But first, I need to do a deep dive Minnesota Vikings analysis. I got to figure out how the heck as a 7 seed they got here. They obviously still have 99 Justin Jefferson. They only have 3 players over 90 rated. Sam Darnold's still their starting quarterback, which he's actually turned into quite a decent QB. Poor JJ McCarthy still sitting behind them. They definitely don't have a talented running back room, so maybe that is a massive advantage for us, but they do have the massive advantage at wide receiver, 3 over 81 rated. Gotta say though, we have a pretty good wide receiver room of our own. So here we go, dude. The challenge literally all comes down to this. Like, we have a 7 overall advantage, dude. Surely we got this. I'm not gonna let Sam Darnold keep us from completing this challenge. So here we go, dude. No pressure whatsoever. Just a challenge on the line here. Not looking good so far. Nobody's scoring. 2-0. What a weird start. 9-3. 16-3. This has been such a weird Super Bowl. It's still a 1-possession game, dude. 24-10. Come on. 31-10. 38-10. Bang! Sam Darnold goes down. As with that, we officially bring the first Super Bowl trophy to Jacksonville in team history. As even as a Titans fan, this is a proud moment. As thank God, dude, I don't have to go and buy a Trevor Lawrence jersey. So hopefully you enjoyed that one. And if you did, you can click right here to watch me rebuild the Dallas Cowboys. And if you thought this challenge was hard in this Cowboys rebuild, I had to win 2 Super Bowls. And if you're still here, click that sub button. I'm trying to beat Yo Boy Pizza and subscribers. If everybody click that sub button, we can do it. Come on, click it.